Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Jennifer Tom.
And I'm Darlene Rumpel,
And
your ex-favorite friend.
that's an inside
Inside
joke.
joke.
So please grab your coffee. Oh my goodness, it's our coffee. And please join us because today we are talking about the power of gratitude. We just finished Thanksgiving, and I'm so excited because my friend Darlene is going to share with us how she spent Thanksgiving, and we will share with you how we spent our Thanksgiving and why do we do Thanksgiving. And this month, the power of gratitude, it is so powerful. And one thing I just want to share because I love stories is that having an intention every day that you wake up and put yourself in a great mood, right? Like
Besides coffee?
besides you can do anything you want. Maybe coffee makes you happy, maybe exercise makes you happy, maybe praying puts you in a good mood, maybe studying. Find one habit that puts you in a good mood. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thanks for joining us today because gratitude, it starts with setting ourselves to win. And how we do that today, we just want to share. You start with something that puts you in a good mood. So, could you comment? How do you put yourself in a good mood? Because guess what? When you set yourself in the morning in a good mood, you get better results. And that's why we're excited about talking about the power of gratitude. Anyway, before we go any further, we want to share a quote because we love quotes, and just to share too, we had a guest that was going to join us this morning, and they are not available, but we're here. So next week, hopefully, our guest will be feeling better. So give us a thumbs up. How do you get yourself in a good mood? The power of gratitude. Okay, I love that, Annette. You make positive choices. So you wake up every morning and say, I'm making a positive choice. Awesome. I have to. And
My
somebody,
favorite.
oh, Darlene uses coffee.
No, that was a user. Somebody
that?
said coffee.
Oh, somebody said coffee. I love coffee. Wednesdays, we love coffee. That's why we show up here with coffee. But I would just want to share mine. When I wake up every day and I put my feet on the ground, I say, thank you. Thank you for life. And every time I find myself saying, thank you that I'm awake. Thank you, I can breathe. Instant, I'm in a good mood.
Wow.
Darlene, do you want to share yours? How do you put yourself in a good mood in the morning?
I get up, if I can get up in the morning, if I can have a good cup of coffee, I have a porch where I can see the sunrise. If it's too dark, I have to turn on the light. But I love sitting in that room and I meditate, I read my Bible, I just get refocused on what life's really about, which is loving people and being kind to people and loving my God. So I just like that puts me in a good mood. Especially this morning, I woke up and I was kind of like, I have so much to do. And I was just like getting overwhelmed with anxiety. But then if I can calm myself down, I get to reframe my life and surrender back all the things I need to do. And it just gave me really peace this morning to go on.
Thank you, Darlene, for sharing. You see, this is so good. And that's why we go back to the power of gratitude and how do we set up ourselves to win. I love.
Better look at this one.
Oh, somebody said, absolutely. I say thank you for the comfortable bed. I love that. Yes, yes.
That's awesome.
Thank you for sharing that. So I want to share something else that I read. It says, when your mind is positive, and I love what Annette shared, when your mind is positive and then you're faced with challenges, um, the challenges lose power. Oh, I love that. So when you wake up, you set yourself with a positive mind because challenges will come during the day.
And
But
worries, anxieties. Yeah.
yes, but guess what? They lose power when you're in a positive mind. So thank you, Annette, for sharing that. And I'd love to hear other friends to how they wake up. So the key, how they wake up and set themselves to win. So the key today, we're talking about gratitude and setting ourselves for the day with gratitude, and then we are going to share with you how we spent Thanksgiving. I love that. But before we go any further, we want to share our favorite quote. I love that.
Gratitude turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos into order, confusion into clarity. It makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. That was from Melody Beadle.
I love that. Gratitude turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance. That just hits me so, right? And that's still how we are saying that if we have a positive mind when you wake up and then you hit by a challenge, it loses power because you accept it, right?
Acceptance, living in the present, right?
Living in the present. Oh, so good. Thank you, friends, for joining us. We are just excited and as we share about gratitude. So now that we know how we set ourselves to win for the day with gratitude, let's go back where we just finished here in Canada. We had Thanksgiving. And I just want to acknowledge, even though it's get Thanksgiving, not everybody celebrates Thanksgiving. So, Darlene, do you want to talk about that and how do we deal with that?
Well, we were just brainstorming about some of the problems, and sometimes it's hard to be thankful. We have this expectation that, especially around Thanksgiving, right? What's the question? What are you thankful for? And sometimes it's hard to find things that are thankful. Sometimes we're tired. Sometimes we're sad, and it's hard to find something to be thankful for. And sometimes we aren't totally emotionally honest. Sometimes when somebody asks us, we can give them all kinds of answers, but we're not actually acknowledging that maybe we're not feeling thankful. Maybe we're angry. Maybe we're sad. Maybe we're grieving. And so we kind of cover those emotions up with being thankful. So I think that's some of the norm that we've been taught. I'm fine, right? Things are good. But we can't be really thankful until we're emotionally honest about what we maybe aren't thankful for, about what our other feelings are. So when we allow ourselves to feel an emotion, the emotions and the connection to whatever emotion we're feeling and process them, then I think we get under the surface, and then we can find things we're thankful for. And they may not even be things that we thought, right? It might be we're thankful for a challenge because it gave us more insight. Maybe we're thankful that we haven't had as much connection, has given us more intention to be with other people. So some things that we may not have realized, once we get that emotion, when we're emotionally honest, we get that emotion out and process, then we can find, I think it's easier to find things that are grateful, and then you can access all your emotions, not just your angry emotions. What do you think?
Oh, I love that, darling. Thank you for sharing. And I like the idea of being honest. And we're here because we know sometimes we're not thankful, even though it's Thanksgiving. And to be honest and be able to be vulnerable to share that I'm not thankful. And when we are clear, clarity, when we are clear that with our emotions, then it's easier to have clarity, gratitude. We cannot have real gratitude
when we're in denial.
when we are in denial. And that's why I love that quote. So for our friends who are listening, the key point here is to be honest with yourself and not to pile the pain and just say I'm fine when you're not fine, right? So, and that's the only way you're going to find gratitude when you clear the emotions, right?
Mhm.
So clarity brings us good gratitude. Clarity helps us to be grateful, and that's the key. That's
Mhm.
what we're trying to say. When you're emotionally honest, you're able to be open to gratitude. Now, because we're excited about this
Mhm.
topic, and we just want to share a few tips. They're called gratitude tips. And the first one we're going to share is about what's the best thing that happened today. At the end of the day, right? So
Mhm.
you've woken up, you've won the day by having positive, setting yourself to win. You have a positive choices, and then the challenges come during the day, and they lose power because you had a positive choice. And then at the end of the day, you sit down and write and just journal or just even think about it or meditate about it. What is the best thing that happened today? That just brings that thankfulness, that gratitude. Even though everything could have gone wrong during the day, there is one thing that could have happened that was good. So we say, what is the best thing that happened today? And we've got another one. Name someone that is nice to you or grateful for, or you're grateful for. Name someone who was nice to you or grateful for. I love that. Because let's say even it's a pet. I'm sure out there's one person who is nice to you. That is gratitude. Just sit down and acknowledge that. I like this one. Name the best thing that has ever happened to you. You know, most times we tend to focus on the negative. We tend to focus on things that did not go right. This month, what if we shifted and said, "What's the best thing that has ever happened to you?" And I'm I'm just so excited to share this. Like today, for example,
Mhm.
just giving an example. When I think of something that the best thing that has ever happened, today we are excited because we are going to start our first workshop, the
Mhm.
6-week program, and our class is almost full, and we are so excited to
Mhm.
share this work with others. And I am so, like, it's on my journal, very thankful. All right, number 4, what do you like most about your family? You know, when we start thinking that way, that's how gratitude comes in. That's how thankful, that's how you feel full in life. When you start asking these questions, even it doesn't have to be end of the day. Even during the day when you're feeling down or something is not going right, just say, what do you like about your family? Okay? And lastly, name someone who makes you smile. We all have that somebody who makes us smile. Just name them. And I think, Darlene, even just the thought of that person, it
Mhm.
changes it
It
changes
changes.
something, right?
Yeah.
It does something in our body. So I hope, as we discussed this month, the power of gratitude, I hope you got one thing, a small thing
Mhm.
that will help you to just have that thankfulness in your life. Darlene, do you want to add something on close?
Uh, yeah, no, just think about. I was just thinking someone that makes you smile is my granddaughter. Always makes me smile because she's adorable.
Nice.
And she's always so happy to see me.
Yes.
I love her. But yeah, just to finish off, again, when you are emotionally honest, when you are able to connect with your feelings and live in the present, and then again, like Jen said, ask those questions at the end of the day. Ask those questions when you're done. What do you have to be grateful for? And focus on that. It will impact your life.
That's awesome. So we are on our 15-minute mark. If you missed this or you would like to listen to other grief talk, please join
Mhm.
our podcast or Spotify. But remember, gratitude changes everything. Gratitude changes everything. Despite we're not taking light what is happening in the world, we're not taking light that
No.
people are struggling. But when we can find gratitude, it changes everything. Until next week, Wednesday, have a good week, and remember, gratitude changes everything.